Hey guys, it's Rob with a new video. Today I want to show you how I can use common sense to discredit the accepted theory of plate tectonics and prove that our science, our mainstream science, is looking at the world incorrectly. And I just wanted to start off by showing you this ridge right here. This is in plate tectonics, this is called the Southwest Indian Ridge. And when they call it a ridge, they mean like the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and they claim that this ridge is also spreading, but it's spreading slower, like really slow, like barely spreading at all. But if that's true, well, just looking at this, if you look at this differently, you can see that this is obviously some kind of a crack, but you can also see that there's this cross hatching, whatever, these crossed lines right here, they give it the impression that it might be rotating, because it also then goes to a point where it looks like something may have pulled apart, because it stops and pulls apart. But also you have this area right here that gives me the impression that this is spinning around in a circle. What this looks like to me, just using common sense, it goes all the way back to this area right here, which I claim is also the result of spinning because of overlays that I've done in the past, and it just gives that impression that it's spinning because it matches both ways when I line them up with other features. And I believe all this process is actually coming out of Antarctica. And if you look at Antarctica, you can see that it looks like this mountain range looks like the propeller of an airplane. And it's obviously like that because it's spinning. So I think we have two things here. We have spinning here, and you have spinning here. And I believe this spinning here would be located at the center of the prop, and that this coming out of it would be the center core of the planet. You see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that these images have been pushed to the surface, so you're looking at a two-dimensional flat plane that once was a three-dimensional object. And I'm saying that this ran up the center of what now is the planet, if you can picture that. This kind of changes the perspective of everything. And what I wanted to show you is that common sense would say that this can't be a ridge if I can match it up all the way over here. Why would it have a twin image of itself over here? It should be unique according to plate tectonics. But you can even see that these lines right here go off into this direction. See, all these lines do right here. It's almost as if this is spiraling. And eventually this goes here in the center. You know what I mean? Everything comes out of the center here. So let me show you my overlays. What makes my job easier in proving that this is correct is that these reoccurring patterns all are related to a single reoccurring pattern. And you find that single reoccurring pattern and it pretty much lines up with everything. But let me just show you this. How these reoccurring patterns work is that this right here, this V, this sharp V shape, anytime you see that anywhere on the planet, it's going to line up with this, no matter what. Like for instance, you got this actually looks like it might be two of those because of the split right here in the middle. But let me just show you what I'm talking about here. All I have to do is simply line that up and then take a close look and see what I've got here. Okay, when I line this up here, you can see that that ridge, this is that Southwest Indian Ridge, is lining up with the features like precision. You can even see where it's wrapping and it's hitting this and it's going then this way. It turns directions. And then of course you got this right here lines up with that because they're probably the same thing, different depths. You can see how other things play into things when I move it around, because this is obviously moving around because you've got so many of these marks here. And so you can tell that even these little niches here are related to that as this is moving. So that lines up with that precisely. And I'm sure that now there's probably some people that see this right here and go, well, it's not precise because this doesn't match this. Well, hold on a second though, because now it does. I just had to rotate it because this is moving. And when I rotate it, you can see that it fits into this other niche right here. And then things line up this way, right across the face right here, because these are reoccurring patterns of one another. This is a reoccurring pattern of this. The whole planet is covered with them, and nowhere does plate tectonics address this. But they have to, because the surface features of our planet are covered with these reoccurring patterns. That's significant. That has something to do with our planet. That's something that needs to be confronted. That's what I'm doing here, is I'm showing you that this is true. And when I move this, it continually lines up again, and it's going to keep doing that because, like I was saying, there is a single reoccurring pattern responsible for all of this, and it's going to be at the center of here. And it's going to be, these are the closest reoccurring patterns of this. This all came out of here. It has to be that way. You can just tell, common sense. But see, as I bring this down though, you can see the angle's usually what gives it away too, by the way. But yeah, something like that. See how it's fitting? And what's trippy is that also in here you got that angle too. So you got to take that into consideration when you line these up, because look what happens when you do that. See how that just goes right to there? And then of course there's another one right there. And it lines up right in here. And then maybe, there you go, like that. See it? Reoccurring patterns. This is exactly how they work. See, over and over again. I don't just have one alignment, I have thousands of them, because that's what the planet's made out of, reoccurring patterns. So you can see why, like, I get cocky with the trolls, because my evidence is that strong. It allows me to do that. Look at the tip here. You can tell with that, if that reverses, it's going to fit right in there because it's spinning. I mean, common sense should you know, I don't know. It should be obvious with common sense that I couldn't align these up the way that I do unless there's some truth in what I'm saying. And plate tectonics can't explain this because plate tectonics is wrong. It's that easy. Common sense would tell anybody that there cannot be plates underneath here because these shouldn't be lining up if there were. Plates would be the barrier that would stop these from aligning with each other. But there are no plates. You can't see plates with your eyes. They tell you that they're there. But look, the overlays here say otherwise. They say that there's something not right in how they're describing our planet. Or else why would I be able to do this so easily? These alignments are easy, and they align and they keep aligning too. And the truth, like I always say, the truth is still the truth under the tightest scrutiny. And that's why I always throw that out there, for anybody to go ahead and do their own overlays and see for themselves or try to discredit me, one way or the other. Either way, this way someone finds out that this is the truth. It's all I care about. Okay, so what else do I have here? Okay, let me just show you some more of these how this works. And you can look for your own alignments too. You don't have to listen to me. You can watch as I do this and just see for yourself. But this is obviously rotating. And it was rotating up here at the North Pole at one time. That's what makes me think that maybe that it's possible that the Earth was once a disk. It started out as a disk spinning and then creating the planet somehow. I mean, that's the impression I get. I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but that's just what I see, maybe a possibility. But look how, when I bring this through here, the alignments continue to line up over here. As if this is spinning around like a spiral, and each complete turn is one notch down more. Okay, so you can see how it kind of follows this, and this thing that gives the impression of rotation too almost seems to fit in there. It fits over and over again in different positions, eventually going to a point, Oh yeah, look, there's Africa. This is that part that looks like it's buzzsawed off, and I know for a fact that it lines up with this right here. So you could actually take the distance in between these two, and these will match into each other, because everything's coming out of here. And this is just the moment that this image became a reality. This is how far away Africa was from it. But in the beginning, Africa came out of here. It had to have. It's common sense that everything that you see is coming out of Antarctica somehow. And this is my proof, because when I take Antarctica and I put it on the opposite side of the planet, reversed, or not reversed actually, it goes reversed, or it doesn't matter. It does it either way. Yeah, see, take a look. Here it is reversed. See how it's still fitting the features? And think it rotates more because, okay, if this rotates into here, see how it keeps fitting again? I think the reason why this is because, again, this is not happening on the surface. This is not, you know how the planet's round and all that, and the surface. This is happening at the core of the planet. So this is actually like vertical, the center of the planet before there's a planet. This stuff is being cooked out of it, or coming out of it. So it matches in every way possible. Because this isn't happening on the surface. This is just the surface has a recording of what happened. Is basically what it is. So, and by these overlays, you can actually probably figure out what is going on inside the interior of Antarctica with the right alignments. So, but look how it matches up. With a little rotation. Look how this is getting close to these marks right here. Because they're the same thing. Look how it lines up in here. It's obvious. With common sense, you can tell that plate tectonics is wrong. Because none of these alignments should be possible. And the proof is in the alignments. I mean, they're doing exactly as I claim. And you can see that the source of these recurring patterns is going to be this right here. And those Birkeland currents in South America that I showed in other videos. Anyways, I just made this video so that I could point out some common sense stuff that proves that I'm at least partially right, at the very least. And that everything that I'm showing you is being overlooked or disregarded or ignored by your current science. And that's not science. That's it's not science when average people have to figure out what's really going on. And that's exactly what's happening on YouTube. And I ain't the only person that's figuring stuff out. There's other people too. But let's see how long they can keep ignoring and sending their trolls. I mean, Jesus Christ, if I've been attacked by trolls, and none of them have yet proved me wrong. But we'll just see what happens, you know. Alright, thanks for watching.